What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hussle, and yes, it's the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on, and hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hustle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for, right? And before we get anything started, this is on educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there? My Real Hustle Nation Empire family members, and we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop them videos and you'll get these notifications, it's going to be some information that's going to help you win, all right? In today's video, we're going to talk about these new scams, methods, and fraud that's going on in the world today that these banks cannot stop. That these scammers, fraudsters, and hackers are starting to find these loopholes to bypass the check systems and all different type of things, security databases to be able to commit these scams and frauds that they set out to do. So in today's video, we're talking about credit fraud. Yes, identity theft, credit fraud, loans, credit cards, and lines of credit. This new method, this new tactic that scammers and fraudsters are starting to utilize. So with that being said, let's get into these gems that's going to help you stay safe and help you win. All right. So when it comes to identity theft and credit fraud, people are starting to utilize credit more than they used to because now they're starting to learn that credit can get you a lot of money. Credit can get you a $10,000 loan, $100,000 loan, $50,000 loan. You can basically get some money that you don't have utilizing your credit score and your credit profile. And like I said, banks are the biggest institution that is providing money and helping people when it comes to money. So people are going to the banks trying to figure out how they can get some money from the bank. What ways can they do? And there's a lot of different ways that you can utilize getting money from the bank because the same way that the banks make it easy for people and the government makes it easier for people and these companies make it easier for people to be able to do whatever they need to do to utilize that company, they're actually making it easier for the scammers and the fraudsters to be able to do the exact same thing because every method is basically the exact same thing that somebody would do to utilize that company or business or whatever the right way, just doing it the same way, the wrong way. So banks are here to help people out with loans, credit cards, and lines of credit, help you on the personal side, help you on the business side. So people say, okay, there's this place is giving out money. How can I trick this place into giving me some money and then not come back on me? So there's different methods, there's different tactics, there's different scams when it comes to the utilizing the bank, and a lot of them are different. First of all, a lot of people think there's like one or two methods to do one something. Like no, there's millions of ways to do something. So when it comes to bank scams utilizing credit, people say, okay, in order to get a loan, credit card, or line of credit, you need credit. I mean, to get these things, you need credit. And your credit profile needs to be in a certain position. You need to make enough money, all different type of things, right? So they say, okay, how can I get these documents? How can I get this information to be able to get this loan, credit card, or line of credit that I'm trying to get? Because at the end of the day, everything is based off documentations. When you walk in there, or even online or on the phone, you email documentation or you get them documentations that they need. So people are saying, you know what? Instead of going into these banks, we're gonna do everything over the phone because it's way easier. When you're over the phone, you don't have to give them your physical ID. You can send a picture, a copy of your ID, and then put that on file. And there are places on the internet, ClearNet, and even the darknet that will allow you to make virtual IDs. There are also places on the ClearNet and the darknet that will allow people to make documentations, bank statements, pay stubs, etc., etc. So people are figuring out this information like, okay, they're gonna need bank statements, they're gonna need pay stubs, they're gonna need this, they're gonna need that. And they're doing their research to figure out how they can get this information. So people are finding these places and they're gathering up the information. And then it comes to the credit profiles. Now, you got people who everybody has a credit profile. And since COVID-19, everybody's been on this CPN wave. But the problem is people don't understand the difference between a pre-built CPN and a regular CPN. Pre-built CPNs are when you utilize somebody else's information and steal their identity. CPNs are basically a whole new credit profile that's structured and built around the person who's using it. So the same information is going to be utilized. It's just a new number and a new address. So people throw out the word CPN and they don't even know what they're talking about. So people use pre-built CPNs to start open up a bank account, get loans, credit cards, and lines of credit, and they do it over the phone or through email, so they won't have to physically be into the bank. So they go on the dark web. They go. There's a lot of places where people steal information and get information. Dark web. People might work in certain jobs that they handle this information on a daily basis, which allows them to be able to get this information and give it to somebody or sell it to somebody. Just different places that allows people to get this information. Because at the end of the day, we give our information to different people every day. We got to call our bank, so we got to verify information. We got to do this and do that. They ask us certain questions. They got the information right there already. We just verifying our own information. So you got to think that's how it's they're making it easier and better for security, but at the end of the day, it's still making us vulnerable. So it's really a tricky, delicate situation when it comes to our personal information, things like that, because it's not robots who's working at these banks and these call centers and places that's handling our personal information. It's people, and people think they at call centers when these people be at home. Like people who work at banks and call centers and departments, 3 times of the day, maybe 4 times of the day, they are out the week. They are at home working, not at no call center and no bank. So people gotta start realizing and understanding that too. So just you never know who's around that person and what that person is doing with your personal information. So people are getting these stealing identities, coming across them on the dark web or however that they're coming across them, and they're getting starting to create these credit profiles and get loans, credit cards, and lines of credit, acting as if they are this person. They get their social, they get their birthday, they get all this information, and get a fake ID created, and then they apply for these type of services. Now, the problem when it comes to these type of methods is that people are out here just stealing anybody's information, anybody's profile, and they don't even match. So let me give you an example. Let's say me. Let's say I would no, I'm not even using me. Let's say a scammer was about 25 years old, 5'6", dreads, look like he from. Let's just say he look like he from Miami, right? And he comes across this 6'3" white male, 250 pound, 56-year-old linebacker, and he uses his profile. Then he goes into this car lot and tries to use this ID and this credit profile to get a car with no payment down. They run the driver's license number, they scan the ID, and it pops up the actual person. 6'3", 250 white man, ex linebacker, 50 years old man. That's the problem right there. People just stealing and utilizing anybody's information, thinking they're going to get away with it. Now, some fraudsters and scammers I heard that thinks a little smarter and say, okay, let me try to match these profiles as good as I can to the person who's going to be utilizing it. So they get them a Mexican, they gonna try to find them a Mexican person. They get them a whatever. They gonna try to match and make it as like match as much as possible, as best as possible. Now they're starting to figure out that the average American don't got no money. The average American is broke. The average American don't got no money in the bank account. So now they're starting to focus more on business bank accounts. People who have businesses, because businesses, they understand the business credit profiles and the business lines of credit and loans and credit cards and how easy it is for a business to really get the funding. And most, if somebody got a business, more than likely they're gonna have some type of credit card or some type of money savings account, all these type of things. So now they're starting to act as if people with banks or with businesses and get into those accounts. They might come across somebody with a bank and say, "Oh, I forgot my information. I need to get into this bank." Blah blah blah. They figure out ways how to manipulate the security system and do what they need to do. So when it comes to this new methods of getting loans, credit cards, and lines of credit utilizing CPNs and pre-built CPNs, stolen identities, scammers and fraudsters are going to the max to figure out ways how to bypass the system so they can be able to basically be successful at getting these type of products and getting some money. So it's all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware out there because at the end of the day, this all stems from identity theft. And a lot of people don't take these type of things serious until that happens to them. So like I tell you guys all the time, make sure you guys are getting your Northern Life Lock to monitor your financial accounts and your social media accounts to make sure no suspicious activity is going on. Make sure you guys are freezing your credit profiles. TransUnion. Oh yeah, make sure you guys are getting and also Northern LifeLock will monitor the dark web to make sure none of your personal information is floating around on there, so nobody can get anything in your name from loans, credit cards, lines of credit, apartments, or homes. Make sure you freezing your credit profiles. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experience. Somebody can get anything in your name. It's the same thing. Cars, apartments, loans, credit cards, lines of credit, unless it's unfrozen. So freeze those while you're not utilizing them. Make sure you guys are getting new credit card and debit card numbers every so often. We tap, insert, and swipe every day, all day. And every time we do, that information is on some type of database, and there's always a database leak, compromised, or hacked. And it's just all about being more safe, staying more cautious, being more aware. So we got new cards with new information, and that old information is on there, and it's a database leak, compromised, or hacked. You'll be safe because that information is no longer valid. All right. So make sure you guys are staying more safe, staying more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on out here in this real world because these are things that are really happening, and people don't believe that it can happen to them until it does. So when you are more aware of what's going on, you are able to spot out the red flags before it happens to you, and you know how to keep yourself safe and other people safe around you. All right. So make sure you guys stay more safe, stay more cautious, and be more aware of what's going on out here in this real crazy world that we live in. All right, so shout out to all my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me to keep going. Y'all motivate me to keep dropping the sauce. And y'all motivate me to keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime one-on-one limit gyms are $1,000. But for limited time only, I'm doing it for 600. Yes, 600 cash app or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 on your cash app or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know your payment ready. And we'll go from there. All right, no screenshot, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yo me. Also, make sure y'all booking y'all see on the make sure y'all book y'all see on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. 250, 10 seats available for each one. Make sure y'all book y'all see the crypto tour in person limited gyms 3,500. Make sure y'all book y'all see on the month long mentorship. Make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato App Millionaire Network. Still looking for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the all notification bell. All my YouTube channels, my Twitch, my TikToks, and IG, Snapchat. Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives. And make sure y'all getting in where y'all fit in with this deal. $100 and up. I'm doing load ups, cash out, Bitcoin payments. And that screenshot when you're ready, we gonna go from there and get the bag. So with that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. Y'all know how to get down in these videos. I'll see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace.